everyone, and welcome to Lauren Reed Color. In today's video, I'll be telling you a little bit about a fun new event that is taking place during the month of November in the coloring community, and that is the Nov Mad Tea Party 2025 coloring event. In this coloring event, we are coloring pages that are Alice in Wonderland themed. The hashtag and the event are hosted by Jamie from Finding Joy in Color, Crafty Mama Bear 87, Tulgey Wood Colors, and Julianne Annette Art. So I just want to talk a little bit about my Alice in Wonderland collection. A few years ago, I had two books that were actually dedicated entirely to Alice in Wonderland. One was the official Alice in Wonderland coloring book that had the original illustrations by John Tenniel to color. And the other one was a Coloring in Heaven magazine special. I think it was called the Alice Special, and it had illustrations from that original coloring book, as well as some pages from Good Wives and Warriors and a couple of other pages by other artists. I decided to destash those two books because I wasn't coloring in them, and they were just sitting on my shelf languishing. So I donated them to my local neighborhood library, and they got taken up very quickly. So I'm hoping that someone out there is enjoying them. Anyway, for today's video, I will be showing you pages in other coloring books that are not dedicated specifically to Alice in Wonderland, but have Alice in Wonderland themed pages in them. So without further ado, let's get started. Before I get started with the pages, one more comment that I want to make is that this Nov Mad Tea Party 2025 hashtag is the general hashtag for the event, but there are also some other hashtags that are related to it, and I will put a note up on the screen with all of the hashtags that are connected to the event. Anyway, the first book in which I have an Alice in Wonderland coloring page is Mythographic Wild Winter by Joseph Kattenbang. I also just want to note at this point that Joseph's new book, which is coming out, I think, in March 2026, is entirely Alice in Wonderland themed. And I'm so excited for that book because I think Joseph's Alice illustrations are absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so the page in Wild Winter is this one. So I was looking at this page while I was flipping through all of my books, and for the first time I noticed that there are actually titles on some of these books. So for example, here you have White Rabbit, and here you have Voyage, and here you have Alice, and here you have Lewis, so I'm assuming that's Lewis Carroll. And here you have the beginning of a name, but I'm not sure what it is. So I think it's so cool that Joseph has added titles to these books, and they sort of relate to Alice in Wonderland in some way or another. So obviously the White Rabbit and Alice, but also Voyage. So she goes on a journey or a voyage. And so I am I thought that was really cute. Anyway, some of the other elements on the page beside the books and the rabbit that we have are also candles, and then you have this hidden pocket watch because the rabbit is late. And yes, over here as well, you have the pocket watch, but without the hour and minute hand. So I'm assuming that the watch is like closed. So yeah, I'm so eager to color this page at some point. I don't think it'll be in November, but maybe next year I'll get to it. I love this book, it's beautiful. Okay, so that is the first Alice page in Mythographic Wild Winter. Continuing with Mythographic, we have Mythographic Paradise by Fabiana Atanasio, and I found two pages in this book that are Alice themed. One is specifically Alice themed, and the other one could be colored as an Alice page. So the one that is specifically Alice themed is this page with the entrance to the walled garden, and I'm thinking that on the other side of this walled garden are all the playing cards. So in Alice in Wonderland there are playing cards that walk around and paint white roses red. So I think this, because of the arch, it has the playing card symbols, so the clubs, the diamonds, the spades, and the hearts. And yeah, I can just imagine walking through this archway and seeing the cards painting the roses. This is also a fall themed page, so it's good for November because there's also mushrooms. And yeah, so I see this as an Alice in Wonderland page. The next page, it could be Alice in Wonderland, is this one. So we have all of these books on the shelves. So again, we've got the books theme, Alice in Wonderland, and the girl who could be colored as Alice with like a blue dress and blonde hair. So while it is not specifically Alice themed, this page, it could definitely be colored as an Alice page. And this is actually one of my favorite pages in this book. I'd love to color it. There's also a rose there. So I think it's the only rose on the page. So that's also Alice themed. Okay, so yeah, those are the two pages that could be colored for the event from Mythographic Paradise. The next Alice page is in Mythographic Labyrinth, also by Joseph Katzenbang, and I was really quite pleasantly surprised to find so many Alice pages throughout the Mythographic series. I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, the page in this book is this gorgeous page with the caterpillar sitting on the mushroom, smoking the hookah pipe. And here you have the white rabbit and of course Alice, who is asking him all sorts of philosophical questions. So this is very clearly a scene from Alice in Wonderland, and I've seen this page colored many times in really beautiful colors. So for me, I see this as a brown mushroom and perhaps a really smoky background because of all the smoke from the hookah pipe. I might even try, when I color this page, to try and get like that smoky film over the whole page, not only in the background. I would have to experiment and see how to create that effect. Anyway, I really love this page. It's beautiful. And that's the one in Mythographic Labyrinth. The final page that I found in the Mythographic series is in Mythographic Odyssey, also by Joseph Katzenbach, because it seems that Joseph likes to draw Alice. So here we have also another definitely specifically Alice page. So I find this one kind of creepy. So we have Alice, and she's not wearing her traditional Alice dress with a cute little apron. It's definitely more of an adult Alice. And here we have this mask that she's wearing, the bunny mask. And here we have the Cheshire Cat. And I think that's supposed to be the Dormouse, maybe, from the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. It could also be the White Rabbit, but he's wearing the top hat, so it's interesting. Here we have the caterpillar, and of course we have the teacups, and here we have a chess piece, and of course all of the playing cards. So this one is definitely Alice themed. And again, I've seen this one colored really well. I'm thinking of, a baby blue dress, and then maybe a purple a Cheshire Cat, and a white rabbit, of course, and maybe a blue or teal caterpillar. Lots of colors on this page. Hopefully I can come up with a palette that is complementary. Right, so that is the page in Mythographic Odyssey, and I think that is it for the Mythographics, and now we're going to move on to some other books. Next up, we have Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoko Egusa, and this one is also called Menuet de Bonheur. And in this book, we have a couple of Alice-themed pages together. So on this side, we have this cat who's dressed up in Alice's traditional dress. So you could color it blue with a white apron and perhaps white and blue striped stockings. And of course, we have another cat with the top hat. So this is the Mad Hatter. And here we have the chess game. I'm quite trying to remember if the chess pieces are in Alice in Wonderland or in Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is the sequel. If I remember correctly, the chess game is Alice Through the Looking Glass, but I'm going to have to go and look that up. But we still have some of the other elements, the teapot, the teacup. One of the hashtags for the Nov Mad Tea Party 2025 is the bingo hashtag. Hold on, I'll put the hashtag up on the screen. So quite a few of the prompts for that bingo are on this page. So we have the teacup and the mushroom. I don't remember if there's a horse on that. I think there is a butterfly. Yeah, and maybe even roses on that bingo sheet. I'll have to have a look. Anyway, so I think this page could be colored for some of the prompts for that hashtag. And on this facing page, we also have quite a few Alice themed items. So first of all, we have the checkered background, we have the playing card symbols, we have keys, the pocket watch, keyholes. If I remember correctly, Alice spends quite a lot of time in Wonderland going through doors, looking through keyholes, using keys. And of course there's a book. So yes, quite a few elements that are Alice themed that you could color for this page as well. Right, so that is Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoko Egusa. Another Kanoko Egusa book that has Alice in Wonderland pages is Rhapsody in the Forest. It's also called Garden of Fairy Tale Animals if you have the US edition. And the pages that are Alice themed are these two, and it's actually a double page spread. So you have all of the creatures from Alice in Wonderland. So this could be Alice, and then you have the cat, perhaps the Cheshire Cat, and you have the rabbit, and of course you've got the clock and the playing cards throughout the page. Yes, here again, playing cards, the pocket watch. On the other hand, all of these animals are walking across a bridge, and it also has a Noah's Ark feel to it for some reason. I mean, the animals aren't necessarily in pairs except for these geese, but I don't know, the animals marching across this bridge also calls to mind Noah's Ark for some reason. Yeah, so this is the only Alice in Wonderland themed page in this particular book. I don't have Symphony of Cute Animals or Leon's Journey, so I'm not sure if there are Alice in Wonderland pages in that one. And I looked through the Animal Wonderland special for Coloring Heaven magazine, which has many images from Symphony of Cute Animals, but I didn't find any Alice in Wonderland themed pages there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. In keeping with the animal theme, we have The Story of Precious Cats by Nelko Neko, and there are quite a few Alice in Wonderland themed pages in this one. So to start off, we have these two pages next to each other. While they are not specifically a double page spread, you could color them with complementary colors or choose one or two of the palettes that are included in the Nove Mad Tea Party 2025 hashtag. So on this side, we have this adorable little cat, and he's obviously the Mad Hatter at his tea party. So he's in a teacup and pouring tea into his teacup. I love this page. It is just so adorable. All the cats in this book are fabulous. So on this side, we have an even more traditional image from Alice in Wonderland. So again, we have the cute little cat, only this time he's got his bunny ears and his trumpet, and he is heralding all the creatures from Wonderland to come to the Knave of Hearts trial. And of course we have the roses that are being painted and the pocket watch. So yeah, very traditional Alice in Wonderland page, this one. Next, we have these two pages as well. So again, very traditionally Alice in Wonderland. On this side, we have the little cat as Alice, and of course you could color her dress in the traditional baby blue color. And we have the mushrooms and her little eat me cake. So she is going to get very big. I think the eat me is to get big and the drink me is to get small. And on this side, we have the Queen of Hearts, off with his head, and her rose bushes that are going to be painted by the poor cards. Right, and here on this is a double page spread, and we have Alice's tea party. So we have Alice and the little dormouse and the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, and yes, all the tea. Oh, he spilled his tea. And yeah, the traditional roses and the hearts. So again, lots of elements on this page as well that you can use for the bingo prompts. I think there's even cake on the bingo prompts. So lots of options here as well. So that is Nilko Neko's The Story of Precious Cats. Moving on to Dark Fairy Tales by Kerby Rosanes. And of course, there are several Alice in Wonderland pages in this one. So first of all, we have this double page spread of Alice falling through the rabbit hole. Only this is a much darker rabbit hole because we have all of these skulls, and then you have the really vicious looking Cheshire cat, and then we have the caterpillar who has these spiky fangs and the spiky legs. And then, of course, you have the pocket watch and the playing cards. And here Alice falling. Here she's being chased by rabbits. I'm wondering if she didn't get chased by the rabbit into the rabbit hole rather than her following the rabbit in a traditional story. Right, and then of course we have these two amazing images. We have the Red Queen, the Queen of Hearts, on the left with her skulls. And the dragon on her crown. I've seen this colored by Karen from My Colorful Country Life. She did both of these pages really beautifully in very vibrant colors, which I thought were beautiful. And then on this side, as we said, we have the Mad Hatter, and then the tea party is happening on his hat. So yeah, we have Alice in chains. Yeah, that is so cute. Cute, but in a really creepy way. Right, so the Mad Hatter and the Pocket Watch and all of the creatures. We have a donkey. I don't think there was a donkey in the original Mad Hatter Tea Party. I think the donkey is from A Midsummer Night's Dream. And then we have, I'm thinking this might be the March Hare and the Dormouse. Oh, it's escaped me what this creature's name is. The Griffin. Oh well, it'll come to me. And of course, all of the tea party elements, which would also work for the bingo prompts. Okay, so those are the Alice in Wonderland pages in Dark Fairy Tales. Next, we have A Fantasy Art Adventure by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and there are 2 pages in this book that are Alice themed. The first one is this page, which is Alice and Snow White. So here we have Alice with her eat me sign, and she's going to eat these mushrooms. And of course we have the Cheshire Cat here. And on this side we have Snow White and her deer and her apples and this raccoon. So yeah, 2 separate stories in the same image. And I've also seen this colored. I've seen it colored with the traditional Snow White colors with the yellow dress and the blue apron, and Alice with her baby blue dress and her striped stockings, and Alice is blonde and Snow is has black hair. And I've also seen people color it with completely different colors. I'm not sure what I would do. I sort of like the idea of keeping to the traditional colors because they work well together. But when I get to this page, I will decide on a palette. The next page is actually one I've colored. So this is Alice in Clockwork. So we have all of the clockwork elements on the page, and the key and the clock. So the time aspect of Alice in Wonderland is represented. And of course, I decided to color her with the traditional blue dress and the blue and white striped stockings. And I tried to get her to have that whitish golden blonde hair. I'm not sure that that worked out as well as I wanted. It was a while ago, and I was still practicing working on coloring hair. If I had to do it again, I would use the Derwent Pro Color to do her hair, because those are fabulous pencils for coloring hair. So I would do that. Yeah, this was in 2020, quite a few years ago. Yeah, so those are the 2 pages in A Fantasy Art Adventure by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And of course, there are a couple of pages which could be colored as Alice pages in Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Lederhol Oberg. The 2 pages in this book are not necessarily specific to Alice in Wonderland, but they could be interpreted as Alice in Wonderland. So first we have this picture of the rabbit, and it could be the white rabbit running because he is in a rush to get back to Wonderland after being outside in the real world. And I would love to know what he was doing in the real world that had him encounter Alice and then need to rush back to Wonderland. I'm wondering if he wasn't up to no good. Anyway, I digress. So we have the white rabbit and he's running. So it could be colored as an Alice in Wonderland page. Excuse the whiny dog. He's not getting the attention he deserves. And of course, this one is even more of an Alice themed page. So we have the keyhole, we have the mushrooms, and we have the white rabbit. So this one is, I would say, more Alice themed than the previous one, even though both of them could be colored as Alice pages. Okay, so those are the 2 pages in Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Lederhol Oberg. So next we have Shooting Star, and I was watching Jo at Geordie Colors. I think it was her video, and she pointed out that there are a couple of pages in here that could be colored as Alice pages, and I'm really excited because I just got this book, so it's a new addition to the collection. Anyway, the pages that she indicated were these 2. So here on this side we have the cat, which could be colored as the Cheshire Cat, and the little girl to represent Alice, and the mushrooms, and she's tiny, so this is after she drank the drink me potion and shrank. And here as well, she is now in the Wonderland itself, and we've got the mushrooms again, the cat in the background. This one actually reminds me more of the Cheshire Cat because it's partially hidden, and the Cheshire Cat is always appearing and disappearing and vanishing slowly. So a nice way to color this one would be to have the cat or like in transparent colors, trying to get it to be transparent so that he's like vanishing, and that would be very Alice in Wonderland like. Yeah, so I love these 2 pages and they're perfect for this hashtag. Okay, so that's Shooting Star. Another Maria Trolle book that has Alice in Wonderland pages is Universe. So if you're not aware, this book is a collection of images from some of her other books. So even if you don't have Universe, you might have the other books that have these pages. So first up, we have this rabbit in the garden. And again, while it is not specifically Alice in Wonderland, it could be colored as the white rabbit. And these could be colored as roses. Yes, so maybe some of them could be white and some of them could be red, or even make them white and then one partially red as if it's being painted. So that's how I would color this page for the Alice in Wonderland theme. And another page that could be colored as Alice. Oh, and by the way, this one is also, this one is original to Universe. And another rabbit page is this one. This one is in Botanicum. So yeah, again, you could color this as the white rabbit, and then the flowers. This one, not as much as the other one. And here also, this could be colored as an Alice in Wonderland page. There are a lot of rabbits, not just one, but they could all be different shades of white. And then she could be colored as Alice, and this is from Luna. So yeah, while they are not specifically Alice themed, they could be colored as Alice pages. Right, so that is Universe by Maria Trolle. And of course, I found an Alice-themed page in Hanna Karlzon's Tales from the Witch's Cottage. And the one that I like is this one, So there's a scene in Alice in Wonderland where the Cheshire Cat is looking down at her from a tree. So this page reminded me of that because you have this cat in the tree and the flowers around it. So I can just imagine him looking down at Alice. And so it's a perfect Alice in Wonderland page. This book also has rabbits. So they're not necessarily specifically Alice themed, but they are rabbits. I mean, yeah, that one could also be colored as an Alice in Wonderland page. It could be Dinah, yes, waiting in the window for Alice to come back. Yes, and I'm sure they're rabbits. Yeah, see, no, those are not rabbits. Those are mice. Hold on. I'm sure they're rabbits in this book. I will have to... I was so busy looking at the cats in it that... Oh, there's a rabbit. Yeah, so, right. This one could also be colored as the white rabbit. He has wings. He's in such a rush that he's grown wings so that he can fly back to the Queen of Hearts and not get into trouble. Anyway, so yeah, there are a couple of pages that you could color from Tales from the Witch's Cottage. And last up, we have another Hanna Karlzon book, and this time it's Spirit Animals or Soulmates if you have that edition of this book. And the pages that are explicitly Alice themed are these two. So we have the Queen of Hearts on this side, and she's looking very harsh and cruel and judgmental. And on this side, we have the White Rabbit, who is definitely not the Queen of Hearts. Here it says the Queen of Spades, but yeah, I think that's definitely some poetic license there. Anyway, so these could be colored as two separate pages or as a double page spread using a couple of the palettes from the hashtag for the November event. Okay. So there you have it. Those are the Alice-themed pages in the books in my collection. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you will have a marvelous time with the Alice in Wonderland themed event in November, and enjoy the Nov Mad Tea Party 2025 hashtag. So bye for now.